Evening, guys and gals. Occasionally they drop in here. Bad time, unannounced, but that's all right. And then I was thinking, being retired, it was Friday, and I found out it's Thursday. No, I'm not high, guys. That's just being retired. Welcome to being in the retired world. You'll know what I mean. My mom used to tell me when she was retired, she'd go, I don't even know what day it is anymore. And I couldn't understand that because I always kept track of, at work, putting down the date and all that. So I always knew just instinctively what day it was. But you do end up forgetting sometimes. How you doing, Tactical Fud? Eagle runs out there. He's in out there in the blind with a, what is it, 8.6. Blackout. That's the one fast twist doggone round. I've never shot that. Don't know if I ever would. I definitely would do the Grendel. Definitely do the Creed 6.5 Creedmoor. Might do the 350 Legend. Would like to do that. Wouldn't mind the Hammer. 3030, of course. What's up, Brutal Bob? Scott Smith joined us. Welcome in, guys. Bad day at night. Typically, my original streaming time was Thursday at 8 p.m. And it got taken by one person, and then another person took it, which I was glad to have them to fight it out instead of me. I was just going to sit back and let it happen. No big deal. But I will be streaming. I'm going to try my best to get the stream going Monday. Right now, probably be 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and then when time change, MacMan starts his now at 9 on Monday night. But when the time change, he'll start at 8. Once we fall back? Yeah. So I'll start at 6:30 p.m. probably then. At that point, I'm thinking, let's see, at 6:30, 7:30. Yeah, that'll give me an hour and a half. So look for that on Monday night, 6:30 p.m. And then it'll eventually change. Well, what did I say? 6:30. Even I'm getting confused on it. 6:30, 7:30 now. 7:30, 8:30. Yeah, I can do 7:30. I'm sitting here thinking, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can do 7:30 p.m. And then when he goes to 8 p.m., when he starts back streaming, not if, I'll back it up to 6:30. So good to see you, Tactical Fud, Scott, all you guys, Brutal Bob. Good to see you guys. I'm loading. I am going to the range in a week or two. I'm doing a bucket. I'm just a bucket of coffee for the stuff. I decided I'm running out of trays because I got so many. No, I need more. But I decided to use a coffee can and dump them in. I do got this almost full right here. 223 55 grain soft point, spear point, however you want to say it. I'm gonna finish that out. So I'm gonna take. Yeah, I'm not gonna shoot a lot of these. I'm gonna maybe shoot some steel, and they won't let me shoot rapid. I have to pause, I think, for 3 seconds too, because you can't shoot AR. Like double taps. That ticks me out because I'd like to double tap shoot. But that's what happens when the state, even though their GOP gets a hold of a range, and used to there's nobody there. You just go there and have a blast by yourself. Sight your rifle in, nobody'd be there. Now they're right there now, blue light. They're walking around talking to you. They're good though. They gave me brass. They actually would come and hand it to me the last time I was there. So can't beat it. One guy did say, he says, "You don't like government, do you?" And I go, "No, not a lot. Most people don't. I mean, I do, I do vote and I do, but government, just the nature of it is you can't trust them. It's too big of a bureaucracy, too powerful." But he was just asking that because he said he was the same way, actually. That was his response. And he said basically, brass falls to the ground, they keep it and get gifts. So they're sitting there getting all that brass. But then he still come on and gave me some brass. I think he gave me some 270. I don't have much here, though, a handful of it. But I would like to have a 270. I always wanted a 270. I was torn years ago, decades ago, where I wanted a 30-06 or a 270. I wound up with a Remington 30-06. It's laminated, which makes it a little bit more waterproof. Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. I was watching you the other day. I think he's in a vehicle doing a live stream. I got good news, and I'll talk about what I want to talk because it's my channel. I got good news. I went by the garage today, and I didn't see it because it's got a bay on the left, 2 cars deep, bay on the right, 2 cars deep with a lift on the backside. I asked this guy, Kevin, I says, Shay here? And he goes, no. I said, okay. I said, what's happening with the vet? He said, I said, is the engine in that vet or is the vet being put together? He goes, oh, it's in there. I said, wow. Okay. I said, can I come in? I knew what he's going to say. No, I got the dog back there. I got a German Shepherd. I think he does that way he don't get people wandering in. He don't like people in his shop, even when he's gone. So these guys, I think, get paid to do a little oddball stuff in the evening, part-time, and kind of watch out when he goes out and does his errands or whatever he does. But I looked over there and I seen my parking lights. And no hood on it. I thought, wow, that hood's about 200 pounds and it's hard as shit to line up. It lines up in, excuse my language, lines up in different directions. There's 8, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 to 8 different directions you can line that hood up on. Anyway, I hope you don't ding the edges on it because it's brand new and it's been painted. It's like brand new. There's no dings at all on that hood. I got pictures of it to prove it. So, but that's a big hood to take off. And the only thing I can think of, he wanted to get in the front and stand more in the front and do some of that work, and just didn't want to be bothered by the hood. But I'm okay with it. Boy, that car, it looks good. You can tell I painted all that stuff. I seen the plenum and all that, and I went, hot dog. I said, tell Shay, I said, thank you. So finally, my motor is inside the friggin' car. I cannot believe it when I left out of there. Just seeing it, and I just happened to walk by and look past the office and look just to see if it, because he said the motor's in it. I knew it had to be in the shop or out back, most likely in the shop. And he wasn't lying. At first, I didn't trust him because they told me they was going to start on this thing in June. But it's inside. It's in the car. I did tell him, and I hope he remembered to put a brand new transmission seal because he's a mechanic. He should know better. Always put a seal in a transmission when you got a motor out, regardless if it needs a seal. And I asked for that, and he's painting the chassis. I furnished the paint, tape, a whole bunch of stuff, paper, big old rolls, plastic, you name it. I furnished it. I said, paint that little section. I don't know what he's going to charge me. He said we'd talk about it. We never did. And I get, what is it, roll bar and chassis paint, I think it was. And so I got that. Hope he painted that part. When I get it out, I'll take the wires and wrap them up, and I'm going to paint the front part of the chassis with the same paint. But I can't get to that motor part. That's why I said, go ahead and paint where the acid. Believe it or not, on C4 Corvettes, what happens is the battery sits there for years, or if the battery goes bad, acid will drip down, and it'll get right direct on the dang chassis and eat it up, eat the paint right off. So that's the situation. And so hopefully he scuffed it up and painted at least about 3 foot of it there on each side. I figured he'd charge me $100, $200, whatever. It shouldn't only be worth $100, but surely he didn't get my permission, or on the price or nothing. No, so there's no telling. I mean, it's his mercy. I got a feeling he does that on purpose. Don't give you a write-up and an estimate. Everything's verbal with him. It just is the way it works. But you should always get things in writing, though, believe me. I know. I used to work in a shop, and I used to be assistant manager in a shop when I was young. I think I was in my, late 20s, early 30s. So, good to see you guys. Weird being on here on a Thursday night. Eagle Run, he's out there in a blind shooting a hog, trying to get him a hog. That's something I would like to do. I'd like to go hog hunting. Probably go with the Grendel that Eagle gave me. He gave me a barrel here, gifted me a barrel here a while back. 18-inch Max Series Faxon and 6.5 Grendel. So hopefully I'll get that built, and which I will soon. I've already got the other built. It's back there, and bought me a big old, kind of like a foot cedar chest, big old giant one. I put it at the foot of my bed and open it up. It's a big one too. I got some blankets in there and guns. I keep my guns in there. That way I can just jump up to the bed, snatch it open, and there it is. And, probably shouldn't say that live, should I? But I did. Oh, well. I can either look here or there. Hey, Dale, how you doing, brother? Everyone, Eagle Brutal Bob. Bama Dad. Good to see you, Bama Dad. I can shoot one of those while relaxing on the deck. I hate those damn things. I seen here, I told you all this a while back. I seen a little piglet wild hog up here in the neighborhood past year, I think it was. Can't remember if it was in the summer or can't remember now. It might have been before Christmas. Who knows? Hey, Vanessa, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope your health is good. I have a 20, let me highlight you there, Tactical Fud. Actually, I can see better when I highlight. I have a 20-inch Bear Creek. I love mine. Means Grendel? Yeah. I'm assuming you meant Grendel. Yeah, I want to get it. I can actually get the boat part and put it in the 556 boat carrier. I can get the boat for like, who is it from, trying to think now who the place is. What's that place online that takes forever to ship? I can't even remember them now. Anyway, they'll ship it to me, the boat part, and I can just stick it in the carrier, and there I am. I'm ready to go. So I can kind of cheap out. I can't think of the name of it. That they ship stuff by almost like a catalog company. Not Midway. It's at Optics Planet. Yeah. I buy stuff from them occasionally. Couldn't even think of the name. Sorry about that. But, geez, getting hot back here. Yeah, I used to buy from Brownells. Yeah. I quit buying. I ain't bought, let's see, I did buy some stuff here a while back. I'm trying to think what it was. I think it was some punches or something. I did. I bought some punches from Brownells, some gunsmith stuff. I got all my gunsmith stuff now to build any AR platform there is. I just need a couple more things for AR-10. LR308 platform. And I got, matter of fact, I got it right. You all probably can, I don't know if you can see. Well, you can't because the flag's there. Right there is, what I'm touching is the reaction rod, Midwest Industries. And it's got some plastic in there. I'm going to buy some vice things on it, aluminum maybe, or the plastic ones, and some vice little heads on it and put in that vise so it don't scratch up stuff, so I can do work on it better. Actually, I'm going to make some too. I got, I got these for $2, like that guy, American Rifleman. These are composite boards, and I'm going to cut them out like a horseshoe and let it sit down in the vise, and I'm going to glue leather right there. And I asked my roommate's a carpenter his whole life. He told me to do a template first. Get a piece of cardboard, do the template. When I get the template, what I think I want exactly, he said, then trace it out and you got it. He said, always start with a template. So that's a good idea because I would have started cutting and measuring. But they'll sit down in between the heads and they'll straddle the center of the vise. And I got these for $2, which is $1 each. And I got two more, so $4 worth of composite deck boards. They're actually samples. So I'm basically making me a homemade vice pad. That's what I'm doing. So I'll make that, and I may buy some too, a few vice pads. Dale Pogue says, I have 3 AR-10s. Wow. 2 308s and 1 Creedmoor. Oh, that's awesome, man. I got everything to build it. Well, I don't have the barrel. I don't have the buttstock. I don't have the trigger. I've got the handguard, which I don't like. I've got the upper, lower arrow precision, upper and lower receiver, and the handguard. So I'm thinking about, I've got that enhanced handguard with a big old giant nut on it. I want the one with the thread for 100. I think now they're $140. So I'm going to get that threaded one. I'm going to take that big lug one. I'm just going to set it aside. It's good. In my opinion, it's good to have a few uppers because that's the wear item typically. So I'm going to keep an extra spare upper for the 308 and the AR-10s, which I got quite a few of the AR-10 uppers as spares. So good to see you, old one guy. Good to see you. Thank you. Welcome in. Got Scott Smith with us, Tactical Fud, Brutal Bob today. Dale Pogue is with us. 2 of his, he says, are arrow. Awesome. I like arrow stuff. I got a few Anderson lowers, two of them actually, I think, back there. And but I just like Arrow. I love their hand guards. I got the R1 hand guard this time, but I think next time I'm gonna get the S1 without the upper. The one hand guard I do want, I want the unbranded hand guard that has no Picatinny rail in the middle section. I think it's $80-something. I've actually talked with Eagle Run about that. He said he can get them more cheaper wholesale. They're in stock now, $83. I can't remember now. So I think around $80-something. I like that hand guard. I don't know if it's that great of a hand guard. I'd have to buy it and try it, but I like the way it's built. I like that. You can wrap your hand around it better. And I don't like I like M-lock slots. I don't like the big giant, the guard, with the bigger holes in the thing where your fingers slip off into them. I don't like that type of hand guard, which I think is I'm trying to think of the name of those. Can't remember right now. It'll come to me. But what do you think of the 6.5 PRC? I hear it's a good round. I don't know if I'd buy it, but because I want the 308 and the Grendel. And if I do another one, it would probably be in a Creedmoor 270 in a rifle. And I've been thinking about bolt action. I'd like to get a precision rifle again and get going in that. I don't have a range here that long, but I still like a good, nice bolt action rifle. It's just nothing like it. And I've had one. I've had one almost $2,000. I wouldn't mind buying the Delta Pro from Daniel Defense bolt. I kind of like it. I hear it's pretty accurate. I know some of y'all out there probably got one. I think, what's his name? Bending Ballistics may have one. Seemed like he mentioned it to me one time. So, but appreciate you guys coming in. Got 9 of you here, man. Yeah, I'm going to try to do the show like I said, at 7:30 p.m. Then they change the time. I'll jack it down to 6:30 p.m. on Monday nights. Wednesday's not a good night. I can't have anybody on the panel. Hasbro, he's in church. Mac, it's too early, Wednesday night. He's been working on those 3 trucks. And I think it's kind of a hard thing he's got himself into. So I miss him being on the panel. Of course, I miss his shows too. So appreciate you guys coming in. Anyway, Michael, I just want to let everybody know this evening, I was sitting here reloading a little bit. I'm going to finish up this container I bought, which is not the right caliber for these things, but it holds them well, the 223. I've got my dummy rounds right at 3,000 feet per second. I won't tell you what the powder charge is, according to the book. So, and I've already shot them, so I know they do good. I'm using 335. I almost used the whole. Well, I got a little here, but I've probably over half of this. I've got 9 pounds of this, though. 8 pound never been opened, and another 1 pound of it. Bought it back when it was on $229, believe it or not. And I thought that was high as crap, because I could get this ordinarily, I think, for a $199 or $189, and now I think it's $300 and $400, which is insane. I question now whether it's worth reloading. Well, yeah, if you like to shoot your own ammo, it is. If you enjoy it, yep, it is still. I still recommend it. And I got to get a powder hopper for the Lee. I tore up the little plastic thing on it. I stripped it out the other week and had to order, I ordered 5, from Lee. Bama Dad says, I found out there is a drug dealer at the edge of my property. Oh, wow. Go run him off. Call the cops. I would say stick your gun in a holster and go out there and say, get. I've ran people off here. I've had people knock on my door when I first moved here, man. I was turned sideways because I had my gun on my hip. And I told them, I said, you need to get the hell out of here. And I mean it. And they kept talking, walking. I said, don't keep walking close to me. And they finally backed up. And I said, get the you-know-what off of my property. I ain't playing with you. And they left. It was 2 guys. And I was by myself when I first bought the place. And all because of a roommate situation. And I ran him out. I tossed the stuff out in the dang driveway out here. Cops came too. Cop looked at me and said, the judge probably would want you to give him a notice. I says, I don't care what the judge wants or does. He just looks at me and says, I understand. I said, I don't. It's better to, ask forgiveness than permission. And so I tossed him. He was a problem. He took ice, which is meth. He even told me he was an ice head. He loved meth. When he moved in, he said he wasn't going to do it. I said, don't do it, man. Your life will be good. I said, you keep messing with it. Next thing you know, he bars his room up in there, boy. Brings his ashtray from the garage. That's how I knew. And he's in the room, and when I kick him out, I go in there, and there's cans and things where he's been smoking, doing his drugs. So, sarcastic storage slacker. Thank you. Welcome in, brother. Appreciate you dropping in. Brutal Bob says, J&J, one of the machinists at my shop spends more time CNCing lowers and making bullets for me than the engine blocks and heads. I was so glad today, man, to see that motor in that car. I wasn't glad to see the hood off because I know how much trouble it can be and what can happen to that hood, especially on the edges when it's dinged, and that hood's been repainted. And 2,000, I think it's over $2,000 for that hood, and it's probably cost what, 1,500 or 1,800, 2,000 to paint it. So you're looking about $3,000 or $4,000 just for the hood. And I wish they hadn't take it off, but I may take him a shim because I do want to shim the bumper out a little bit. So I'm thinking about ordering a shim on eBay tonight and take it down there to him and say, would you mind doing that? And I'll pay you. Just unloosen that bolt right there because it's hard to get to with the hood on, but it's real easy with the hood off. And I said, and just take that shim and tap it down in there. It's kind of like a bumper guard, and it shifts the nose cone away from the hood or to the hood, the shims do. 2 bolts. And it's like a big plastic square on it. So I got to get that ordered. But good to see you. Thank you for coming in, guys. Got 10. Andy 79Z28. Zinc Master. What is up? Engine's out. Engine's in the car, Andy. Man, I was excited. That's why I'm on live right now. So I figured I'd get on here and tell you guys. I didn't believe the guy when he said, oh, the engine's in the car. And I go, really? And I walked over there and I looked and I says, oh, my headlight. And I seen my plenum I painted and my runners. I went, wow. So it's close. We're close. I am running, 5W30 break-in oil, racing oil, driven. I'm going to run it probably 300 to 400 miles, no more than 400. Summit Racing said don't take it out at 400, and most people do. That'll break the rings in real quick. And once I do break the rings in, I'll drop it and put the synthetic in. What engine did you go? Oh, I put the original engine back in. It had 14,000 miles. And Bama Dad, yeah. Matter of fact, I told this story before. The machinist called me down there. It was in there back there last October, November. He says, what's the story on this thing? It's like new. He said he hadn't laid the piston on the counter. I said, well, it's got 14,000 miles and it's set for 30 years. And he says, oh, and I actually looked at the timing chain. My brother did too. It had a double roller. And that's another thing I want to know. Did it come with a double roller? Because it sure looked like it did because it was 14,000 miles. He took the dang double roller off. It was like brand new and put me a dang single roller OEM stock chain on it, which I hear some people like over the double roller. So I may eventually switch it to a double roller. So too late now to do it because the motor's in the car. When he does work, he's slow, but when he does get in there, he gets things done, this guy. He apparently loves pulling motors. And you got to figure he makes 4 engines at 2,500 and he don't do any machine work, just break down, put back in, right? He makes $10,000 for every 4 cars he does. Yeah, every 4 cars. And I bet he does 20 or 30 cars a year. Every time I go down there, I see a motor swinging out. I was down there a few months back into July, August, into July. Yeah, and all of a sudden the truck's right there and a Chevy motor swings out. So he's pulling them constantly. And then he just rolls them around back. The thing I don't like about it, he don't talk to you. So you kind of don't know, when it's going to be done. And like I said, I went Christmas and he said 3 motors in. Then I went back a few weeks later and he said 7 motors out back. And I went, my gosh, it's never going to end. He just don't do one first in, first out. That's what it is. So yeah, I'm loading ammo, Andy. H335. I'm gonna go in the range in a week or 2. I told my brother, I said, I'll load you some 40. I said, I'd like to work up a load on it. So I'm gonna guess a little bit and see if I can get a load that'll work in his Taurus PT101 that I sold him, 40 S&W. So who else we got in here? Make sure I didn't miss anybody. Sometimes I get to yapping. I need to put one in my Trans Am. This guy here just pulls them and lets you. He takes the machine shop too, but I told him, was it okay if I did? That way I could control the machine shop, what they did, because I wasn't going to let a shop put my motor in a machine shop and not have a clue what's going on. So I went down there and told him he refused to put pistons in because he said the clearance was so tight. So he left the stock pistons in. And all the rings were stock, everything, bearings, inserts. And I was okay with it. He said, I wasn't going no way on earth. He said, ain't no way on earth I was going to put aftermarket pistons and have a little bit more clearance than what you got there with that motor. That motor is so tight. I said, that's fine. I'm okay. But he did put me Molly rings in it and honed it. So, but anyway, I took the motor out, took it to the machine shop. Took almost 2 months, 8 weeks till they got to it. That's how backed up the guy's in his 60s and he's about to retire. He's been working 50 years as a machinist. So he's one of those ornery guys, but he does good work. So I did get lifters out of it, brand new USA lifters put in, and brand new valve springs. He also said something about the valve. He goes, when I picked these, I don't know, I put some valve springs in there, but I don't know if it needed it, but I put them in there because you wanted it. And I said, yeah, I did want it. I said, because it's set for 30 years. Me and Andy's talked about that before and mentioned it to him about how those springs were. And they were known to come from the factory in 1989 with weak valve springs occasionally. Not all cars, but they did have some out there. Now, I know that from a salesman that sells them. He knows. That's all he does is vets. He used to work at a vet. Uncle Jim, what is up? Uncle Jim, too. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Appreciate you dropping in. Check out Uncle Jim's channel. If you want to drop your channel, is bot working or did it quit? No, not bots there. Yeah, top 1776, drop your channel link. Got a few new people in here, or at least one. Well, actually, everybody's been in here before. Hunting J&J, he's in here. He does live streams. Check him out, guys. Check his channel out. Got Dale Pogue with us, Bama Dad, Tactical Fud, Vanessa, Andy 79Z28, Sarcastic Storage Slacker. Thank you for coming in if you're still listening. Dale Pogue. Oh, one guy is with us. I miss a lot of those other guys. Used to always have, was it Michael Hurtnick was always with us? Who else? D-Dub was always with us. Occasionally 351 Cleveland jumps in there. Gizzard Gary, what is up? Thank God it's Friday. Yeah, I explained that. Being retired, you think it's Friday. I thought I go, because I usually don't go down there on Thursday to the shop. And I don't usually get my hair cut on Thursday. I usually go Friday. So I was coming back and typed that up, and I realized, hey, it's Thursday. Jeez, I just left it. I didn't worry about it. Yeah, GGW Outdoors, he was with us. He used to be GGW Reloading. 30 years, those springs are likely to be set for that a long time. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They were known to be weak, too, in 89. Back in the 80s, Chevrolet had a few things. Sometimes it would be just bad metal or made bad. And, I mean, I had one, back in 95, had 30,000 on it. It was fine, but occasionally it did. The 94s actually were known to have transmission seals pop out. And they actually fixed my 94 under warranty. They went in there and they said they was going to rough it up, customer satisfaction. It was out of the warranty. And I bought it used too. It's 2 years old. And they said they roughed up the seal and put some sealer on it and then rammed it back in. And they said what it was, it'd get hot. And because it was so slick and the seal would pop out. And they said, but it didn't do it on all the cars in 94. So just a few of them. But I happened to go down the highway, 78 here, one summer, and all of a sudden I see transmission fluid and I smell it. And it's shooting out on the highway. Pull it into a service station and put it on the rack. I said, my gosh, everywhere. They didn't know what it was. I figured, well, it must be a seal. And I took it to the dealer and they did it free for me. So, yeah, welcome in on a Thursday. This is ordinarily 8 o'clock's my normal time slot. But I figure, hey, I seen the motor today. I thought I'd get on here and talk a little bit while I was reloading. So hang out with you guys. Let's see, Uncle Jim. Andy got an ass kicking detailing the wife's car. Now, that's something I got to do. I got a Harbor Freight dual action buffer. I'm going to get a Griot's Garage and put I think it either comes with a 5-inch or I'm going to put a 5-inch head on it and get a Griot's Garage 15 millimeter actually, DA buffer. Already got the other one, and I bought an aftermarket, head on it, pad on it, Velcro, and I bought what was it, McGuire's microfiber. Got for fine polishing. Bought one for taking scratches off. So I bought 2 different grades of those. And so when I get it back, I want to be doing some buffing. But the Grill's Garage, I'm not sure I'll buy it this year, but definitely by the next year I'll have the Grill's Garage here, which has got a lot longer throw, and it don't burn paint too. So I used to buff though high speed. I know how to do it. I just don't like it. Prefer not to do it. And I'm thinking about getting the Hercules. It's an 8mm. I think it's 8mm throw, and it's gear driven, so it doesn't stop spinning like the most traditional DA buffers do. It's forced rotation, and they're good review so far on YouTube on it. It's $119. You can't beat it. Probably need to put grease in it because that China grease is no good. So yeah, sorry about the thing. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Thursday. But I was real happy to see that dang motor sitting in there. I didn't believe the guy. I said, you're not kidding me. The motor's in it? And he goes, yeah. And I walk around and look, and I go, dang, there's my car. I see the light on it, my parking lights. And it was good to see those plenums and all that. I hope that paint I did don't look like crap. If it does, I'll take them off, and I'll take it and go have it powder coated somewhere. So, I mean, I can still break part of the motor down myself. I'm not that crippled yet and old. Let's see who all's in here. My dad, Uncle Jim is with us. Thank you for coming in here. GGW, good to see you, brother. Hunting with J&J. Appreciate it. I need to jump in your stream occasionally and say hello, Uncle Jim. I typically try to watch some of it. Had a lot going on. I got to run I got some Cat 6E here from a Siston brand, Home Depot. I actually cut a couple inches off and looked at it compared to the Cat 6A, and I wasn't very happy with the Cat 6E regardless of the high 700, 600 megahertz, whatever they did is enhanced, they claim. I didn't see a dang thing enhanced on that cable. I compared it to the Cat 6A plus, they call it. Looked at it, and I says, really? The only thing is the 6 is 6E, which there is no standard for 6E. It's just the company can make it up and do it. The little tiny spline separating the wires. The Cat 6A was twisted. Some cables of it was twisted more than others and better, and had a bigger spleen or whatever in it, centerpiece. So I'm taking it all back, and I'm going to order from True Cable Cat 6A, even though it's hard to work with, stiff. And I'm going to run the Cat 6A in this house. I decided I don't want to run the cheap junk. It's easier to bend, though. It's a little more stiff, Cat 6A is. A little hard to work with. But, hey, if it curves curls a little bit, it'll be in the wall. So who cares? Dang, got 16 on. Wow. Unbelievable. I should throw more quickies up like this. But hope you guys have a good weekend when it does get here. Check out all these other channels. Uncle Jim, he streams at 8 p.m. Eastern? I think it's 8 p.m. you usually start your stream. He does a live with him and Andy 79Z28. Sometimes hats, wigs, and all. I won't explain that to anybody that's not familiar, but I got a hat, but I don't have a wig. On there. Yeah, it is heavy. I like my Porter cable, works great on my black car. Bama Dad. Yeah, I was going to get that, but I got this here for $50. Regular, 79 or 89 bucks. So I just bought it. I thought I'm going to probably take the head off and take all that grease out and redo it. AR Patriot, as long as you're under 100 meters. Yeah, I know. That's true. I agree. Most runs here, this is only my house is 1435, 1450. If I close the garage in, it'll be about almost 2,000, something like that. But yeah, I'm not going to be running long runs. But I decided I'm going to go with a True Cable because it's lifetime warranty. This cable's warranted 1 year. True Cable will honor their warranty. If it goes out and you take it out of the wall, they'll give you some and make it up. That's their warranty. So I'm going to go with True Cable's crimpers, all their tools. And they're on YouTube, True Cable is. And Bama Dad says, I did my house with fiber. Oh, wow. But I'm a network engineer by trade, and it didn't cost me anything. Cool. What do you think, Bama Dad? should I do the Cat 6 or do the Cat 6A? I was going to do Cat 6A plenum. I know it's the plenum I don't need. I probably could use riser, but I figured plenum. It's definitely a better twist, less crosstalk. The Cat 6A is. And it's about 700 megahertz instead of 550, I think, compared to the 6. But I could do the 6, definitely. But yeah, I want to do my house. I'm going to do 3 runs in my house, which I've said this in a live before. 2 runs in my roommate's room, probably 3 runs in the living room, 2 runs in the kitchen, and a minimum of 2 runs in here. Because I'll probably put a switch in here at the end of this one, and I'll have a Roku, so I'll have live TV. Actually, here I'm probably gonna hook a Roku to this one. Then I'm gonna mount one kind of like Matt Man's got on a wall or something where I can look at all this junk on this wall is gonna be eventually stripped out of here. Don't do plenum. It's designed to keep firemen safe in a fire. Plain Cat 6 is fine. Okay, so riser then you're talking about. Yeah, I hear that. A lot of people just use the riser instead of the plenum. And you also save a little money on it, definitely. On it. But I hear some people say, oh, let's just do, you read online and all this stuff. Oh, just do plenum. Only put the best. And plenum, all I know is the plenum is fire retardant, supposedly. Like you're saying. I might then order Cat 6 riser then from True Cable. It definitely saved me money. And my runs will be 50, no more than 75 foot will be my longest run. This way, I'm gonna put security cameras on my. I have a Ubiquiti Unified Dream Machine. I have the UDM Pro. Some of you may know this. UDM Pro Max. Look it up. It's a nice router. It's a security camera, protect. Does even electronic locks. I mean, this thing does it all. I'm going to buy a camera for the front door and buy a camera for the back door. Camera on the front door is going to be first, I think for $129. And I'm going to buy a little $200 device where I can actually put a screen in my bedroom hanging on the wall. And on my chest drawer, I can put the device and run a wire to my router. My router and everything is going to be in a rack in my small bedroom in a closet on a roller. I'm going to have it where I can roll it out. And so that'll be better. I won't have to crawl up there on the wall or stand up there and try to work on it. But I'm gonna get this place cameras, security cameras, and I want to eventually get the AI. I think it's G5 AI camera. It actually, when a car goes by, it actually registers the tag number with the software above the car. Amazing camera, but it is $500. But I'm not gonna buy that first. I'm gonna get the $129 one first. So yeah, appreciate the feedback, Bama Dad, on that. What I got now, I got to see 250 Cat 6A blue, and I got 500 roll of Cat 6E enhanced from Home Depot, and another roll of 500 Cat 6E in there. But the Cat 6E does not have the big spline and does not have the twist that the 6A had. Definitely, it is smaller, the little white piece in the center. But it seems like good cable. It's just got a year warranty. If you get a camera, make sure it isn't the one that relies on the internet and allows you to use. Yeah, I do. I have 2 hard. My router has 2 hard drive bays. Plus, I can buy an entire. I think for $299, I can buy a 4-bay NVR separate. And eventually, I'll do that. That way, I can just run cameras, over for weeks and months, and be able to look at the video. But I'm gonna eventually have probably 5 or 6 cameras around here, but I'm just only going to do 1 camera at a time. I can't afford to do the whole system. It's the unified system, Ubiquiti, and I kind of want to, I say, wait, I'll just, instead of buying Lorax, and what's that other one, Reolink, I'll just go ahead and get the router, and it'll do everything I need to do in time. I'll just add on it. Those IoT devices allows the government to, yes, I'm going to put them on a separate VLAN, Bama Dad. I'm not an engineer. I did do a little class. I did class for a few months back in 20-something years ago. I think it was 20-something years ago. But I'm having to relearn a lot of things I forgot. But I got it set up and running. That's what I'm running on now. This is running on it. And I actually updated the software the other night, and it killed it. So I reset the router, and then actually have backups to the cloud free. The company lets you back up, so I restored it and back in business. But yeah, I have an IoT network. I just ain't got them on there yet. I've got it on the main network, which I shouldn't have. But I'm going to move them over. And I did originally put it on IoT network, and I kept losing connections for some dumb reason. But a lot of stuff, a lot of software to learn on those friggin' Unify routers. A lot. But I'm kind of messing with one thing. Like I'll come in here and I'll do something, one thing. I did a firmware update on the 6 Pro, which is my round saucer access point. I got it hanging on the wall instead of on the ceiling. And it's right out of my bedroom. I'm going to eventually hang it probably more so between the living room and the hall. Put it on the wall and then run a wire down to it through the attic. I'm waiting out till it gets cool where I can get up in the attic and drill holes in the top plates. And stick a flag up, drill a little hole, stick a flag up or a coat hanger painted white and ram it up. Then I'm going to go up there and look at it and find it, then drill a hole. So appreciate you guys jumping in. I had 16 on here at top, so I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here, man. It means a lot to me. We'll try to get back to reloading, talking. I'm going to do panels. I want some panels again. I went to content, a little more. I enjoy sitting here talking to people on the panel. And instead of doing all the talking. I had, Warsaw was on the other day. And Viejo was on. I enjoyed that. It was a good show. And actually, he texted me that morning. And I said, okay, I'll do one. But I have been busy. Ain't been well past month. And just sitting around the house trying to get the energy to do nothing. I just got up today and said, well, I'm going to force myself to go get a haircut. I just ain't been run down or something. I'm going to go to the heart doctor here in a week or so. And they're going to do blood and probably a stress test or something. So, Bamadev says, I build my own routers using I've heard of Raspberry Pi and use Linux distro for using IP tablets. Cool. Yeah, I see everybody doing those Raspberry Pis on YouTube. Basically, it's just kind of like a miniature. Is it more of a router, Raspberry Pi, or is it a miniature computer, Bamadev? Interesting. Red the Gypsy Picker. Doing good here. Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Check them out, guys. If you want to drop your link, you got your channel, and you do, feel free. 1776. And you can drop your link before I go. I'm going to check out here in a minute and finish loading a few more. And probably go watch a little TV. And can't load dummy rounds, in real life. So I do dummy rounds when I do the stream. So I got to actually do some real stuff here. So, Bamadev, mini PC, all routers are really, yeah, I agree. Yeah. Heck, your TVs are PCs, really. Motherboard, graphics card, and it's amazing. Everything we look at now is PCs based. It's a trip. But doing good, Red the Gypsy Picker. They're new. I think it's first time here, but appreciate you dropping in. Thank you very much for being here. I'm back here listening to music in the living room. I got on U2 rolling through concerts. I think U2's popping up now. I think they're in concert over in Milan or somewhere, it sounds like, in the background. But what am I doing? See, outside of that, that's all I'm doing. I'm loading this bucket up. And my brother said he'll go. Got to do the 50 S&W, and I'm not going to do no 9 because all I got is my self-defense ammo I'm loading. I'm not going to blow that into steel. I do have 500 rounds of what is it? Oh, God, I forget. It's been so long, I forget what it is. Let me see. Acura 40 S&W, plated, 155 grain. What's up, G23? Good to see you. Welcome in, man. Seems like old times. You guys being here. Miss all of you, G. Miss you, GGW. Regulars. Dale Pogue. I ain't seeing James. He's down there in South Georgia. He probably don't even know I'm live right now. You never get notifications. I never get notifications, audible notifications. I have to look on my phone and scroll to see. But I'm on run. Get out of here, guys. It's Thursday evening. I should have put thank God it's Thursday. TGIT. But like I said, when you're retired, you forget what days are what. Plus, I got excited over that motor. I can't even explain how good it felt sitting that motor sitting in that car. I'm like, oh, thank God, that mess. Because it sat here, motor sat in my kitchen wrapped in plastic during the winter so it wouldn't get moisture and rust. Then I rolled it out and took it down there, and I think it was, June. So I dropped the motor off in June. Here he is, June, July, August, September. It took 3 months. He's finally got it in the car. Pedro Garcia, welcome in. Thank God it's Thursday. Yeah, TGIT. I'll change that. I usually occasionally will do a stream on Friday at 6:30, and apparently I had that in my head. And I may do one tomorrow night at 6:30. Check that out. I may do a coffee tomorrow. So look out for coffee in between Friday between 11 and 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m. I may do a coffee, which is a daytime little stream. So you guys take care, man. And remember, sorting out life one load at a time. Got all stickers here. Some people. I misplaced Jamie's. I don't know where that thing is. I know I do have, some of y'all remember him, Willie. He's passed away. This is Willie the Bullet Man. He sent me brass and some bullets I still have here. I got his magnetic thing. He passed pneumonia or something. We used to talk on the backside at night off hangouts. Me, him, and Echo. It was fun in the early days. I miss it. I miss Echo on here, shooting the breeze. And I will be seeing him soon, though. I'll get the car broke in. I'll may update you all a little bit on it. So appreciate you being here. I'm gonna check on out here, reload a little bit, and then go watch maybe The Walking Dead. But let me scroll up, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Let's see. I pretty much called most of you out as I've went. I tend to do that because it's just me rambling on. Let's see. Hunting. Gizzard Gary was with us. Andy 79Z28. Andre D'Angelo. See, I missed that. Right at the beginning. Actually, going on 7. Me sitting there talking, not paying attention. Now, if I got a panel person, I pay attention. It's easier when you got a co-host. But Andre D'Angelo, appreciate you being here if you're still listening, brother. Thank you a lot being here, man. He's been here before. Let me see. Hunting with J&J. He does stream sometimes. Check his channel out, guys. Good to see you, Dale. Sarcastic Storage Stacker. Brutal Bob. You take care, Bob. Hope everything goes good for you. Like I said, Eagle Run, he's out in the blind trying to shoot hogs. Probably going to shoot the calico. No, I don't know how big that calico hog is. I watch his stuff when I can. One guy was with us earlier. Good to see one guy. Scott Smith, Vanessa Kitty. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anybody at least. Let's see, Tactical Fud. Thank you guys for being here, guys and gals. Appreciate it a lot. I've enjoyed the years here talking to you all. I miss Thursday nights. GGW said something about that a while back. I miss them too, guys. I miss Echo. Because the co-host, we could talk. I could say about anything or take the stream anywhere I wanted to take it to a point. He wouldn't say nothing. And but typically we knew what we were going to do when we were streaming most of the time. So, but guys, you take care. God bless. Be safe. And don't get hit below the belt like they are in Lebanon. Don't let that happen to you. They're calling it a war crime. I think that's kind of stupid. Imagine that. If we did the Nazis that way, nobody would say a word. Years later, they go, great, we killed Nazis with doggone walkie-talkies. Big deal. What the world's coming to. You know what it's coming to? We don't know how to fight war anymore. Well, some of us do. We don't here. We have forgotten. All we did is go in and fight and leave and quit and declare it over, which it's never over. So take care. God bless. Catch you guys and gals later. Enjoyed the evening with you. Well, my screen's froze. I had an update the other day. It may have did it, but it won't even work. Can't kill the stream. Let's see. Nope. Can't kill it, so it'll keep going even if I close the thing out. It don't want me to go. Pedro Garcia, have a good one. Beep, beep, he says. Good hanging out with you guys. I still can't end the stream. It's funny, I can close out. No, I can't close out anything. Let's see. I may close it out and I may still be streaming, so bear with me. I'm going to have to open this software up and kill it. I've never had this happen. That is really strange. Okay, I'm going to see if I can end the stream now. It's working.